Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumble through! Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through, fumbling through. Fumbling through!
Howdy, hombres and senoritas, and welcome to Fumble Through.
Fumble through!
Welcome back, one and all. I'm the last taco. It's time to leave, as this doesn't pay so well.
Oh my God.
You know it's going to be terrible when he starts laughing at his own jokes.
I've got a list of them. It's me, it's Brett, Senor Brett, here to talk to you about what's coming up. We're back. We're back. We
are back. It is
72.2 last week.
We're back,
We
baby.
wrapped up. We've landed our voices back on the airwaves, and today we're going to come back and talk a little bit about what's coming forward. Pay it forward? Is that what we're doing?
Pay it forward. This Kevin Spacey. We're not talking about Kevin
Oh,
Spacey.
easy.
are we?
I see dead
too soon,
people.
too
No.
soon.
Okay. I got to ask this question. If we are going to be in this room and we're going to be honest with each other, this is a whole new world that we're going into.
Touch your dead, close your eyes.
Are you allowed to go back and enjoy artists' work that might be on a blacklist, such as Kevin Spacey?
See, yeah. I got an answer for this one already.
Yeah, please, because I don't know. Like I've got
So hang on, let's name some artists first. Cosby.
Bill Cosby. Okay, Michael Jackson, is he on that list?
Will
Because
Yeah.
Smith? Will Smith?
that's a slap in the face.
Ralph
you big
Harris.
disgrace.
Rolf Harris. Oh, I didn't listen to that beforehand.
J.K. Rowling?
Louis C.K. Is J.K. Rowling on the blacklist?
Because of the
Yeah, the-
comments on Twitter, yeah.
Okay, and the guy who wrote Ender's Game, what's it? Orson Scott Card.
Yeah.
Like people
Can you
like
watch
that.
all the Miramax, any Miramax movie?
Oh, any bloody Tarantino movie because they're all done by that piece of shit.
Adolf Hitler?
Harvey Keitel. No, not Harvey Keitel. What's
don't
his
think
name?
Adolf
He was
Hitler-
an artist, wasn't he, before he...
He wrote a book.
I think you're thinking of Charlie Chaplin. They had the same moustache.
So what's the answer here, Luke? Oh, so hang on. So we're getting into it. We're talking about shit. We're just going to talk about shit for a little while. Is that the plan?
Well, I don't know. I
I
had
don't know
some
how to
wonder-
set this up.
You have an answer. Give us your answer.
I think you should be allowed to enjoy whatever. Just because somebody is
That's
expressing
what I tell my wife.
Okay.
an opinion that you don't happen to align with or isn't popular at any given time, culturally speaking, doesn't
Yeah.
mean you just got to completely write off works of art or products of larger with larger scope just because one individual
Yeah, I
within
get
that
it.
space is
I get it.
operated in a way that you find either distressing, uncomfortable, or unpalatable. Look, if you don't want to as an individual, fine, but don't then shun people
I agree
after
with
that who
Yeah,
choose
I like
to still
that.
engage with that.
Yeah, because
there-
I ain't going to stop watching Blazing Saddles.
I think there is a couple of things that you should clarify.
You got a list?
Yeah, I'm doing
That's
Brett. I
Brett's
got a
job.
list. I think one, you got to make sure when you're listening. Say if you're reading a book,
Yeah.
if you start to notice those trends on, whatever their bigotry against
Yeah,
is, obviously go.
That's why
"Oh,"
I didn't read To Kill a Mockingbird. Too much racism.
you're obviously then more aware of it, which could be a good thing. Two, maybe if they're, still currently making money off the product, steal it, borrow it from a library,
So
download it legally.
I like it. Steal it. Borrow it from a library.
hypothetically then, I'm listening to Bill Cosby.
Okay.
I laugh out loud. Is that okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Look.
Is it funny?
Yes.
There we go. Then.
Okay. I tell those jokes to my kids.
Yes. I went back and I actually went and listened to some of the old Cosby stuff because I remember I have really fond memories listening to that
too.
with
Cosby
as a-
Show and things like that.
as a
Fantastic,
family,
hey.
and I was into it. I was like, okay, some of his jokes are funny, they're family friendly, and then he tells this joke about Spanish fly, putting Spanish fly in the drinks, going out with women, and I was like, we are done here.
That's different.
We are done
Yes.
here.
Yeah, last
The
time that goes back
context
to what
of
Lindsay
this-
said. Yeah, I mean, if it's something that is really touching on, like to do with the very reason why you've
Yeah.
got an issue in that space, then absolutely not. That's just kind of almost
it-
like
it-
self-grat.
It was almost a moment where it was like, I remember that skit from when I was young. And now that is a lens that I'm looking through and going, oh, that's bad. But the rest of it, I can deal with. I don't want to promote Cosby anymore, and I wouldn't talk about him on a podcast. But I guess the idea is, can you enjoy like Kevin Spacey? For me, I still think he's an amazing actor. That's how we got
100%.
here, wasn't it?
Like one of my
Kevin
favorite all-time
Spacey's.
movies is LA Confidential.
Oh,
with guys.
great
It's
movie!
Such a good
Absolute
movie, right?
movie. The Usual Suspects,
Yep.
amazing
Yep.
movie. Like
Yep.
he's been in
He's
some
got
great
this way to get
things.
inside a character.
American Beauty.
I guess as well with a lot of it is like, maybe my jaded view of those sorts of industries is that kind of stuff in my naivety, I just assume is constantly going on multiple levels. And like, we just don't hear about it. And then, if you then get into that space of like, well, then why should I bother engaging with any of that material? I mean, like, who's to say that something doesn't pop up about the Fresh Prince that was like back in the 90s when it was recorded, that some shady stuff was going on there, and then that ruins that entire.
There's some shady stuff probably in the background of so many things that we are not aware of. Those Wiggles must be like coke fiends.
And personally, I hope you don't engage with any of them, because I think that's half the problem in this whole.
Well, the Wiggles.
Or coke fiends. So I guess what I'm trying to say is we've been off air for a little while, so it's okay to go back and listen to us because we haven't been blacklisted.
Smooth.
Hey guys, welcome back to the table.
Hey, sorry, Brett. I actually messed with your entire. Yeah. Anyway,
I had nothing prepped.
I have been wanting to ask that question of someone forever, and I haven't seen people since.
Well, I think welcome to the Fumble Factory. It's the seats are barely warm from last time we were here. The renovations, the paint's still a little wet on the walls.
Oh, is that the white mark on Luke's pants?
Don't put the black light out. Put that away, and everything's fine.
I missed that one. Sorry.
It's good.
I'd just like to say it's great to sit around the table with you guys again. It's one of those things that, I've really, really missed over time, and I'm happy to sit here with you, looking at you guys.
Absolutely. I mean, it's made easier with the beer. That's for sure.
I was going to say it's actually quite nice that we're able to boost the beer to eat the beer. I just turned into the little guy from
a Beaker from the Muppets.
No, from Twin Peaks. The little
Stop touching me, Justin.
New
Sorry, that was
shoes.
me.
I'm just happy to chat with you guys, and maybe talk a little bit about what's in your brain.
Well, yes, and
not a lot here.
I know we haven't talked a lot as a group over the past little while, and last week's episode was a wonderful one to reconvene about what's been happening in our lives.
Yeah, I didn't like connecting with people.
Yep. Connect 4, I think, is the game that we're playing today.
Also, the name of your sex tape.
That was wrong on so many levels and good at the same time. Well played, that man.
Also, the name of your sex tape.
Oh shit!
Oh, what hacky jokes can I pull out of my world?
It's much better when he doesn't.
World ass. I don't know what
Just again, this has been built up in me for so
All right,
long.
fair enough.
Is what she proclaimed.
Name of your sex tape.
All right. Boom, that's the rule of threes. We're done.
Yep.
Sorry,
Is that a
Brett.
sex tape name?
Okay.
I just said it, and I was like,
For me, this is one of the places where I come and feel really, really happy and safe until Justin starts talking, and then the safety erodes quickly.
that's been happening since our childhood, though.
Yeah. But I'd like to just talk to you guys about how you feel about coming around the table, your safe space, where you like to go to.
You guys.
That was all him.
Where you like to go to feel like you're at home, where you can get rid of all of those cares in the world.
Where at home?
Where?
Do I get that
Where?
same space?
Where? Do you get it at work? Do you get it at home? Do you have to come here? Is this the only place you do that? Like,
I would say this is probably the closest thing that I get to do that sort of stuff. Other than that, usually is the toilet.
We've all got toilet time. Tinker,
Yeah, that's
tinker,
right.
stinker
That's
time.
where that's where you check your phone, you check your social media. The kid's still knocking on the door, but there's a barrier there. To
There's a
keep
lock.
Yeah,
There's a couple of barriers there.
Yeah, mine's an odor barrier.
that's what I was going to say. Yeah, my kids have learned to hold their breath for at least 10 seconds now.
Then you see those fingers under the door. It's like, leave me. It's going back in. Leave me alone.
You can't talk and hold your breath at the same time. Yep.
No, in all seriousness, no, I've managed to cut myself out a little bit of space in our garage. I got myself a little,
nice.
little painting station and things
Okay.
like that now. So
Mm.
that's been a little bit of a zen area for me. Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
at home. Yeah, absolutely. Really enjoy that. I'm slowly collecting the paints and starting to build up my my palette. There we go. That's, that's the
nice.
word I was
Yeah,
looking for. My
nice.
palette.
Are you actually painting or are you just laying it all
I
out?
am painting. Yes, yes. One of my daughters has started painting, but that's-
Really?
yeah. So that's an invasion of that space.
Sorry,
obviously.
can I clarify? Because last time, like I know a little while ago, you were talking about painting your walls. Are we talking about miniatures or
We're
painting
talking
your
miniatures.
house?
Yeah, we're talking miniatures. The
Okay.
painting of the house is still going as
Yeah,
well,
yeah.
but yes, there's an area now.
It's not quite as zen,
Miniatures
the
over-
painting of the
yeah,
house.
no,
He's doing it all with
It's like
rollers.
a miniature, but so
See,
much larger.
You say that the walls are fine, but ceilings are the thing that cracks me, gives me
Oh,
the shits.
yeah.
I cannot
Do-
do. I hate ceilings. It's just something about rolling above
Above
you
your head?
with your neck. What it does to your neck. Just
Oh, don't
annoys
tell
the
me
hell
that.
out
I'm
of
about to start.
Yeah,
doing
ceilings
ceilings.
suck so bad. Walls, easy as. Could do that for days, but ceilings get shoved. Sorry, yeah. Sidetracked there a little bit.
Well, is that like when a bird flies overhead, you got to shut your mouth? Is it the same kind of thing?
Yeah, a little bit, yeah.
Same white droppings in the.
It's lucky.
Is it?
Yeah, who said like, oh, that's lucky?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
No,
Bird shit.
Bird shit.
Yeah, but anyway,
If a
Buffalo
bullshit's
wings.
on your head,
I'm
you're
just-
doing something very wrong.
trying to link it back to buffalo wings. Nah.
If a bird shits on your car, you never take her out again.
Jesus. Anyway, so what I have done to do that is I've developed a masturbatorium. So the unfortunate part of that is it's in my neighbour's backyard
Oh,
because my house is out of the way.
You're
but-
playing Ticket to Ride again.
Yeah, but boy, it's relaxing. I've needed to get a new pair of glasses, but
Right.
Because of all the wanking.
other than that, I'm okay.
Yes, eyesight's terrible.
Yeah, I'm like
It's across the table for me, but the lenses are actually touching my nose. Like,
It's all right. You should see the garden gnomes.
Oh, Justin, dude.
You know the little statues of the little boy peeing into a pond that people have?
Yeah,
It's kind of like that.
but you've got the hand moving. Right. So you don't have a place where you go to feel safe. You just make everyone feel unsafe everywhere you go.
Maybe. Yeah, I don't know. There are many places to feel safe in the. I don't have I have things that I do, I guess, but there are. I don't know. I just zen out. Like TV is my zen place.
see, I haven't been able to get any TV. I don't know. By the time I get to the evening, I'm too
Yeah.
tired to even engage with something mindless.
Yeah.
And I've been disappointed with so many shows recently that I cannot bring myself to actually put the time in for something that I'm almost 90% convinced is going to be a letdown.
Yeah. I have the opposite, that I think I have a zen place, but it is something that I know I'm spending way too much time doing, and it is providing me with nothing but angst about the things I should be doing instead, and that is playing video games.
Rocket
I'm
League.
playing so much in the world of video games, and it is astounding. I've got nerds who are looking at the time that I'm spending on Steam because I took a break and I wasn't doing it, and now I'm like, in that break, I got so much done. Now I'm just wasting my life away. Even my children, who are fucking nerds who spend all of their time playing games, look at me and go, "You're addicted to this game. Like you are." Yeah,
That's when you know you've got a problem.
Yeah, it is. It is bad, but that's something I'm doing. But yeah, the Zen stuff, I'm finding the Zen stuff harder and harder to come by, to be honest. I think that's really what I'm getting at. I've really struggled with finding mental stillness this year.
Yeah.
I really, really have not been able to do that. And this is one of the first years. I think part of that's post-COVID. I
I think
really,
a lot of it's to do with that, right?
yeah, there was a real anxiousness, I think, in the world that I've sort of
You're embodying that.
Well, not embodying, but I'm very open to the emotions in the room. You know, as you found, I'm quite warm and I'm like a receptive sponge of emotion.
The empath is what I quite often call you.
Yeah, empathy. That was the word I was trying to think of.
Councillor Troy here.
Did you do a Star Trek reference?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Diana.
Nice. Yeah, that's good. So, but yeah, I guess I'm finding that something really difficult. At some points in my life, it was painting. At some points, it was guitar. At some points, it was like I still go to the gym and I find that good. But I've had so many injuries this year. It's frustrated me because I'm old and this old man's body says, sit down and stop. And I'm drinking way too much alcohol to find that moment. And that is an issue.
Oh.
That's interesting you say that about the COVID thing, because I think the biggest problem I've certainly experienced in that space with that is the disruption to what I didn't realize was quite established routine, like overarching routine. We do our own little things in amongst the days and the weeks and stuff like that we can switch gears a couple of times, but the overarching routine of what our daily lives look like is actually become, to me anyway, apparent is a very important thing.
Yeah.
And once you start messing around with that, and you don't have that established routine, and you do that level of
Are you talking like a day or a week or the flow of your life?
So like as a, you know, the flow, yeah. So like, you know, lockdowns, all of a sudden you're housebound or, you know, isolation and all those sorts of things. And that constant not knowing from, you know, month to month what might actually happen, if it's going to shift, that instability of routine and disruption to overarching routines.
Not being able to plan.
Yeah.
And know that
It builds that anxiety.
But it's also been so long. Like what I can't get over is a feeling like everyone talks about isolation and being alone. What I felt during isolation is all you fuckers are going to kill me. Like just being around you is going to kill me. Like there's a distrust. Like there's this underlying kind of hum
certainly
of
built
distrust,
that way, wasn't
isn't
it? The media certainly built it that way.
And you see someone cough at the shops now, and instead of just you're like, "Fuck you."
Yeah.
I mean, the fear's still real. Like I will tell you this. So one of the things I do in my job is I create fake phishing scams.
Job
Job.
just for fun.
No, it's
Fake phishing scams.
Yeah, to try and get people to click on stuff to see how
Oh, is this
many.
one of your hard penetration techniques?
Kind of, yes, it's part of the penetration stuff.
When you
It's
say phishing, pH phishing.
pH phishing.
So
Yes.
Phishing for
what-
acid.
So-
can you tell me what that is?
I thought it was like
Basically, it's an
FIA,
email
yeah.
I send out from
Yeah.
a fake email address that if people click on it, it enrolls them in cybersecurity training.
Okay. Okay. So you're essentially
I love
phishing
that. That is
people at
great.
your organisation.
That's brilliant.
And they
Click on this,
click on
you're
it,
an
and then
idiot.
you're
Brilliant.
like, you fucked up. Now you got to
So,
do this. This is your
dumbass, you're
penance.
enrolled.
I love it. I love
That
it.
is
That
great.
is actually funny.
So my most successful campaign with 100% click rate is one about
Tits.
changes to masks.
Oh, really?
Wow.
And we've got no mask things in, but as soon as I sent one out saying mask mandate and had it coming from a fake HR account,
Wow.
bam.
That's good.
Wow.
Mm.
That's unnerving. And
The Jim Carrey picture
Impressive.
wasn't necessary.
But
It was the
that-
Eric Stoltz picture I
Oh,
really
dude.
didn't like.
But people are just paranoid about it.
Yeah.
Changes to their life, and they're just like not reading. They're not following any of the cues. I had spelling mistakes. It referenced the chef medical officer. You know, like, I put all the key
Oh, that's
things in
great.
there, and just
That's
people
really
didn't
good.
think on it.
That's really
And they're
good.
just like, oh my god, I want to read this document that's
Do you
got
think
all
it's
Wow,
because
Lindsay,
it
that's
came-
amazing. That's the first time you talked about your job, and it's held my interest. Well done.
Okay.
I get that a lot.
Well, on that,
for a while.
Hey, Lindsay, what's your safe space?
Yeah.
Yeah, what do you do to unwind after Luke's tirades? Because I am always nice to you.
So yeah, usually I have my man cave or my fungeon, as I like to call it.
Is that your asshole?
But
Crass as you like.
But yeah, that's usually where I play video games or paint minis. But at the moment with the two little ones, I've been finding that hard. Come on, two little ones. How is... Oh, God.
Sorry.
They laughed at two little ones, but not hard.
Yeah.
I'm confused on what's going on.
Anyway, I've been finding that a little bit harder to like get into the routine of playing video games or painting. So, yeah, this has been very much my safe place.
One of the things you were talking about when you were talking that you had a second child on the way was the amount of free time you'd have on your hands when the
we
second
all
child
laughed.
came. And we were like, no. And you were like, no, it's fine. We're fine. How you going with that?
Yeah. Yep.
Again, I think I've talked about this before. It's that cloud. There is a real cloud that comes over you when you've got kids, and I think that's really until your youngest kid starts school, or is it probably a couple of years into school, that you are just in that world. Like that bubble of house is everything. And you can't step out. And why would you want to? Because now I've stepped out of it. I miss it so bad.
I've used that cloud acronym, that's not the right word.
Cloud.
It's a metaphor.
Cunts liking over.
Hey.
What? Cloud.
Yeah.
Can't live.
You see, you started with the same word twice.
Can't. Okay, the first one I did say
Anyway, I use that cloud metaphor a lot because it is really much like I have friends who don't have kids, and I cannot explain the fact that I haven't seen you for a couple of weeks because
you're an asshole with freedom.
Yeah. Pretty much, like,
I hate you.
That's right.
Like,
you do what you want on a whim.
We skip from
When
baby
does
sick
that
with
change
this
for the rest of the guys? When does that change from I don't have time to I don't want to see you anymore?
I don't think I don't want to see you.
Is this with the children?
No. When you've got friends and you go, I haven't seen you for 3 weeks because I don't want to.
Yeah, no. It's an excellent excuse for pruning.
I don't know.
Your friendship circles.
I don't think I have a lot of friends. So they're people I actually want to see. They just don't want to spend time with me.
Yep.
Is that a haiku?
Sorry, Lynn. So
this has very much been my happy place because I can just go, okay, Lorelei, I'm off.
Mm-hmm.
Good luck, Rachel. Bye.
Good luck.
and then I get to leave and have
See
a
you
couple
on
of
the
beers with
other side.
mates and record.
Yeah, right.
These moments are important.
And then Rachel will listen to it in X amount of weeks' time and I'll probably get in trouble, but I'll forget about it.
Can I ask this question? Because, again, I don't have a wife who engages in anything I like. So, she once told me she's not interested in anything with the word space, wars, star, set in the past, set in the future, or has cowboys in it,
Or
which is
Justin.
everything that I love, right? So I don't even know why we're together. She's the only person that will touch me. But
not anymore.
When she's asleep.
yeah,
Well done, Cosby.
and we're back. But can I ask this question? Do you think that listening to this is also kind of a place for her as well to connect with you, but also as a way of her safe space? Like, listening to podcasts, I guess, is one of those Zen moments of me zoning into one thing and being able to block out the rest of the world. Do you think this is a space for her, and why would she do that to herself?
To be honest, I think originally it was...
She did Lindsay to herself, so
Yeah.
It is an actual Reggie Ditch question.
To be honest, I think originally it was her trying to be supportive of something that we were putting a lot of time
which
in.
I appreciate a lot.
And then I think it has become a part of her routine. And I think she has been, to be honest, she's been the one, like you guys have been saying, stop pressuring us to release and all that kind of stuff. But she has been hounding me for episodes to come out. I don't know if it's just that one about Vivian that she wanted out because then she can stop telling the story.
Yeah. Okay.
But like she has listened to all the episodes, so she could have stopped at any time.
Follow-up question, who's her favourite?
I don't know. Rachel, tell us who your favourite is and I'll...
That's right. You just text me.
There's just a big picture of me with, not you!
Text me, Rachel, and I'll let the guys know. It's fine.
She does...
Oh, I'm getting a text message now.
Apparently the only time I have actually made her laugh out loud in the whole... What are we up? 72 episodes?
A lot of relationship. No, it's been a lot of episodes, but yes, the whole time.
Was
on many
one
levels.
time when I compared you to a rat.
Okay.
And that was
Master
the only
Splinter.
time that I made her laugh out loud.
Let me compare thee to a rat.
It's, Rose by any other name.
Is a rat.
Is a rat. And stuff. I guess that's. I'd love to hear that because I know Luke, your wife Sarah also listens and
enjoys it very
interesting
much.
that the two of us, Brett.
I was affronted that Dimity deigned to set foot in the Fumble factory before we started recording today. It really messed with my mojo.
Interesting though that we are both related to each other's wives in a in-law kind of way.
Whoa! When did this turn into
In an in-law
Sister wife.
But if you
bloody
think about
Targaryens here?
like we have known each other's wives for decades.
Longer than
We've grown
we've
up together
not lined them.
essentially. And like we've all been with our partners for a long time, and ours are the only partners that are like, no, we've had enough of the two of you.
I'm checking
We are
out.
done.
Yeah.
I don't need any
can
more of that
we-
shit in my life.
Can we organize like a pre-section where we talk to each of our wives?
Timothy will not turn up. She says she's listened to my voice enough, Justin's voice way too much.
Yeah.
And when we record, she can hear it the suburb over. So, you know,
She's up there listening.
she's in the turrets.
Shut the fuck up! I want to know what the two, especially your two that don't listen, what they think our podcast is about.
Oh, Tracy knows what it's about. It's
Something
about,
about space.
No,
and,
yeah, nerd shit I'm not interested in. It's about you leaving me alone with 3 children and you fucker.
We can do like one of those things where, you know, kids ask their granddad to name these Pokemon.
I reckon she'd
Who are
hook
these-
in if it was a segment on Desperate Housewives or something like that.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh, my
Not
wife would be
desperate,
on that.
Real
Oh,
Housewives.
Oh, Real Housewives.
We should get
Get
on
it
one.
right.
Sorry.
The Real Housewives.
I get in trouble for calling it that all the time as well.
Yeah.
Rachel subscribes
I
to it.
also think it'd be interesting. I guess I'm a little bit different because my kids are all older than your kids. But I know that my kids have actually had a bit of an idea, or, you know, every now and then when I'm editing a show or like putting it on, they'll come in and they'll listen. I know my youngest son has been in the room and listened to stuff until the point where I've been like, oh, that's not for your ears. You
Yes.
shouldn't be listening to that. I say that like I've never done that.
There's just my eldest wants to listen and it's like so explicit. He can't
Yeah.
get it on Spotify. He's like, Dad, can I just? No, you cannot.
Yeah.
No, you cannot. Daddy is a different kind of dude on this podcast than he is as a dad.
Yeah.
And that's important for me.
Daddy says things that are not nice about you, and he means them all.
My daughter loves our theme tune.
Yeah, the theme.
She dances to that every time my phone rings.
Yeah.
Mm,
So-
mm,
Oh.
mm.
That's good.
So, what is in the future for because
So-
Brett? I guess we need to have a meeting at some point to
Well,
figure out what this is.
We've
What
been
the fuck are we doing?
we've been doing some work in the background as we have not been recording. We've been able to plan some stuff, and it's been great to be able to think about what's working and what's not. And I think that question for me kind of talked about one of the things I feel like and we feel like is working, which is us connecting with our community. And there's a safe place
My
here.
masturbatorium
Yes.
connects with community.
It's so hard to land a real conversation with Justin in the room. This is a safe place for us, but we hope it's a safe place for everyone who's listening as well. We feel like that's a thing that we this bit of us talking is something that we really enjoy, and we think other people are enjoying it. So for us, I think this is going to be something we'd like to do more of. We like playing the games as well, and we'll come back to those soon. That's coming in a couple of episodes. We need a bit of time to kind of regather ourselves. We need a bit of time to get the recordings in the can and edit them and lay that kind of track of releases out so that we can release steadily. And it's important to us to do quality, regular outcomes on every Monday morning. We want to put something out, and if we can't do that, we're going to take some time to make sure we can. But there's other things I think we want to do as well. I think we've talked about broadening out our voices, what we say, what we talk about, how we talk about it here, and that's something we're exploring with, and you might hear different things from us. Or
For that, I think it's important to note too that we've needed some time to be, especially you, Lindsay. You've needed some time to be you, and you needed some time to be a dad, and we've all needed that in our own way.
And I still think
well.
I'm not there yet. Like, I still sometimes.
you're
you are
a dad.
You are.
I am a dad, yes.
Well done, high five.
Yep.
But no, I still feel like I came back from work and I'm like, I know what real stress is now. I'm never going to be stressed again.
Mm.
Oh, so naive.
Good luck with that.
Like,
Yeah.
as soon as it starts hitting me, it's more that it's like PTSD.
Yeah.
Like, I just go, I'm not ready to deal with all this shit
Mhm.
yet, you know? So, yeah, it's hard to go through stuff, even though, like, I know people out there have gone through a lot more than I have. It's hard to go through something that you've never dealt with before and that you found so difficult,
Mhm.
and then get back to a normal, happy, regular life. It takes time. It takes patience, and
Takes some work. You got to
Yeah.
do the work.
you
I think
got to put it in, and you got to reset everything.
no one jumped on. You got to put it in. Well done, boys. Well done.
I think I've used up all my quotas today.
Have you?
Yep.
I think I was just being respectful, Brett. Fucking
Wait.
hell. Jesus. Come on. It's Lindsay's moment. Why do you have to ruin it?
Yuck on his yum.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't used that in a while.
You were
Yeah,
the
that
one
was
that
a-
introduced me to that. I had never heard that before
That's a
you
great
introduced me to that. So, yeah. Anyway.
All right, that'll do it for this little short interlude as we kind of gather ourselves and get ready to release in the future. There'll be a few of these, I think, a couple of little regatherings, getting our voices back, figuring out how we talk to each other again before we lay down roll any dice. But I'd like to just say thanks, gents. It's been lovely having you back in the Fumble Factory around.
And you know what? I think in the meantime, I think it's time for Miles to sleep strike us all.
I was going to say, if a normal episode is Miles McCarthy, these episodes are Reggie. They're half episodes.
well said.
And we'll leave it there and catch up with you all next week. Please join us next week.
Sleep strike!